Welcome back to the tube. High carb day. We're getting started nice and early. It is 5:41. We got up at 4 o'clock. So I got up, took all our lipoletics, and went down, did some cardio. So we did 20 minutes of cardio, a little bit of abs, then went back upstairs, and then we've come to Broad Beach. No, we're not at Broad Beach. Where are we? Broadwater. I was close enough. So we've come to Broadwater, grab a coffee. So something that a lot of people don't actually know is that taking caffeine straight after your thyroid medication actually affects the uptake. So we always try and take our thyroid medication, all our lipoletics, thermogenics and stuff in the morning. We'll do our cardio, we'll have a bit of a break, and then I'll have my first coffee. So we don't like to put caffeine in straight away. But today is a very exciting day. So we're gonna do almost 1,000 grams of carbs, which is pretty exciting. I can't deny that. So lots of food to go in today. We get a really good pump session, lots of sodium, lots of water. I'm going to take you through it all, but we're going to finish these steps off, get home, and then we'll make meal one. Lots of filling out. Like I definitely feel very tight and crisp and flat this morning. So it kind of feels like that the fat loading and the depletion has gone to absolute perfection. So skin is pretty tight, pretty crisp. So not too mad with where we're at. The stomach feels like I can pull a really nice vacuum, which is always a good feeling. So it's always interesting to see how that's affected with lots of food going in as well. So we'll take some notes on digestion, we'll take some notes on different food sources that we're using as always. And even in the past when we've done carb ups and things like that, it's always just lots of different variations of rices and things like that. So nothing too over the top. There's not going to be anything crazy in terms of muffins and donuts and burgers and bagels like a lot of people do on their refeeds. It's very structured, it's very regimented. Justin's got me mealtime to the absolute second almost. Everything's going to be weighed to the gram. Everything's really meticulous down to the sodium, the water, everything like that. So super excited. Lots of detail, lots of info. I'll try and keep it as brief as possible and try and keep it as simple as possible. But let's get to it. Let's finish these steps off and we'll get home and we'll get meal one in. Alrighty guys, we are on. Meal one is officially made. These are all the ingredients. I've already prepared it all. We don't have to go through all that. I've actually, after much deliberation, separated it into two separate meals. So because we've got 140 grams of rice flour for meal one, I decided to make it into two separate flavors. So we've used 20 grams of the Muscle Nation chocolate caramel flavor, and then we pinched one of Caitlyn's Rule 1 white chocolate raspberry flavor. So what I've done is separated the fruits, separated the rice flour, and separated the protein into half and half to make two separate meals. So we've got the white chocolate raspberry protein with 70 grams of rice flour, 100 grams of raspberries, and then we've done Caitlin's method of mixing the peanut butter, the jam, and the maple syrup into a bowl, and that kind of like makes it into like a little paste which kind of drizzles over the top. And then 100 grams of the blueberries with the chopped caramel. And we've got those two meals here. So that's going to be meal one. We'll put a gram of salt on each of those as well. And the macros of that comes to 51 grams protein, 150 grams of carbs, and 14.5 grams of fats, which is just over 950 calories for meal one. So this is going to be delicious. I'm going to put my phone on Do Not Disturb, put some YouTube on, and make love to these two bowls of food real quick. And then we'll do a second meal before we train. And then we've got 3 meals to eat after that. So lots and lots of food to come. Feeling really good. Just took some photos outside to send to Justin. We've had the lowest weight we've had all prep after the 2 depletion days. Probably the best look that I've ever had to date. Very rarely do I look at my check-in photos and I'm like, shit, okay. And I looked at those photos and I was like, shit, okay. We're in the perfect spot right now. So knowing my body, knowing how my body uptakes carbohydrates, it's a very exciting process to sort of see how it all gets uptaken and how the body kind of fills out and how the look kind of transpires over the next couple of days, which will obviously give us a lot of data to use moving forward for our actual peak weeks. So we're locked in, do it like a robot, follow the plan. Like I said, I've got everything written out here, old school, pen and paper, just to make sure it's all fresh and in front of my eyes. But that's enough talking. I'm going to eat these meals and then we'll see you guys at meal 2. Alrighty, meal number. Why are your pants around your ankles?
I got hot.
Okay, that's going in the tube. Meal number 2 time. Okay, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on right now. There's a lot going on right now. But we are done. Meal number 2 is made. We have 150 grams of raw weight rice, which equates to just under 400 grams cooked weight. Then we've got 200 grams of raw chicken breast that's shredded up in there because, you know, we got to get shredded. 75 grams of beetroot and 30 grams of the Nando's Peri barbecue sauce. And then on the side of that, we have 75 grams of medjool dates. I've got 1.5 grams of sodium in this meal. So what I've done is I've just done 1 gram of salt in the chicken and rice. And then I've just cut up the dates and put like 0.5 gram of salt on the top of those. You can thank Caitlyn for that. She does that. All right, mate. I give credit where it's due. Oh, God. Do you want to show everyone the difference in our meals right now?
Already a half Let's be real. It was the other way around yesterday.
It was the other way around, yeah. To be fair, it was the other way around yesterday. But this is a little over 1 kilo. Then we've got the dates. And water's getting smashed in. So like I said, we're doing 9 grams of salt across the day and about 10 liters of water. So, which is no issue for me, really, like getting water in. We're going to train in about 2 hours. And by we, I mean me. It is 11 o'clock. So meal 2 at 11 o'clock. I'm going to train about 1 o'clock. It's going to be a push session. But that's it. That's a wrap. See you at the gym. We back. Post-workout. Snap, crackle, and pop. Just like a chocolate milkshake, only crunchy. Caitlyn is laughing because I'm repeating myself because I filmed this entire section and didn't turn my mic on.
And that was actually my line in the last one.
It was
that's cool.
And I stole
her.
Cool.
Now he just thinks he's funny, but okay.
So post-workout is 120 grams of Cocoa Pops, 60 grams of banana, 125 mils of unsweetened almond milk, and 0.75 of a gram of sodium, because the second half of post-workout is coming when we get home, which is another bowl of cereal, some more banana, some more sodium, some more almond milk. So I'm very excited. I'm feeling great, all things considered. Session was really positive. Like, it takes me a second to kind of get my head around the fact that we're not pushing in the gym and training, and that we're training for a specific purpose. But because of Justin and who he is and the coach that he is and the person that he is, the way that he's able to articulate and communicate the reason behind why we're doing things makes it so much easier for me to put emphasis on following the program as specifically and as diligently as possible. So not training till failure, training with a purpose, understanding that we're just trying to push glycogen into the muscle, utilize the carbohydrates, utilize the sodium, utilize the fluids, utilize the water, and that there is a method to the madness as to why we're doing what we are doing. And it's the same way that you would get your head around recovering from an injury, the same way that you would understand that there's probably more emphasis on rest in the off season because your training intensity is amplified. The same way that Caitlyn kind of has to get her head around the fact that she's training 3 days a week and it's only legs because of the fact that she's doing wellness, much to her demise. But she comprehends it and understands that there's a reason why she's doing what she's doing, which is
short-term sacrifice for the long-term gain.
Perfect. So short-term sacrifice for long-term gain. It's just kind of this, I guess, treading water kind of period. It's like you almost feel like you're ready to peak, but we're not there yet. And this is, in my opinion, probably the hardest part about prep. So I think the 3 week out to the 1 week out mark is definitely the hardest part, because you're like kind of not entering peak week. You're really not, if you've prepped the right way, you're not pushing to try and get some more conditioning. You're kind of just, okay, we're in a really good spot. Let's tweak a few things. Let's not change too many variables so that we can, lock in and be ready for when peak week comes.
I think this was the hardest part for me, transitioning into like prepping with Justin, because I'm so used to being absolutely in a slog at this point in time, and to a point like my preps have been so easy, when I've been prepping with Justin, and you almost feel a little bit guilty, like I've been eating more food than most people. Normally I'm slogging it out, everyone else is slogging it out, but this is actually the way that it's supposed to be. Like, this is the way that it's supposed to be done when it's done right. So I can understand why it makes you uncomfortable to not be pushing right now, and I understand why there's parts of you that does want to do it anyway. But I think the biggest thing is just knowing that you're literally in the best position that you've ever been in.
Oh, it's not even close.
And like all of the metrics tell you that this is the right thing to be doing. It's just that mentality of like, this is prep. I'm 3 weeks out. I should be fucking absolutely hauling ass right now. And to be honest, like, we feel good. Like,
I feel great.
we feel on top of the world. So it's a very, very weird place to be, and it can be uncomfortable when you're so used to and you have that mentality of just like wanting to grind the fuck out, and you actually don't have to. So what is it that you always say?
Just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Correct. So we don't do extra cardio, and we don't do more than 80% for training because we don't have to, and there's a time and a place to be able to do that. So as soon as these preps are over, like, fucking go hard.
Yeah.
Do you. But right now, the best thing for you to do is literally just ease into it and let your body recover, let your body do its thing, and fucking that's it.
So,
Mic drop.
I'm going to go home, eat another bowl of cereal, and have a nap.
Amen. Because why the fuck not?
Why the fuck not? All right. So, like I said, this is only half of my post-workout. So I'll show you the second half of post-workout when we get home. Caitlyn's going to drink her
Cheers.
14th Pepsi Max vanilla for the day.
Call me out like that.
And we'll see you at, we'll see you at home for the next video. Alrighty guys, it is exactly 17 minutes since I finished my bowl of Cocoa Pops, and we're doing post-workout 2.0. So the end of meal 3 is 120 grams of Kellogg's Crunchy Nut, the other 60 grams of banana, the other 125 mils of almond milk, and the other 0.75 grams of salt. So I think there's like 255 grams of carbs in combination of those 2 meals. So we're going to get all these in, drink some more water, probably put a movie on, probably have a nap, because pretty much all my output's done for the day. Rest, recover, and then we've still got 2 more meals left for the day. So we'll see you at meal 4. Alrighty guys, meal 4 and 5 time. So we made them together. I'll eat one kind of basically straight after the other, or probably like an hour in between, but just going to film them, get them done, and then that is my carbs for the day. So meal 4 is 150 raw weight rice again with 200 grams of extra lean beef mince, and then 75 grams of beetroot. And then we've got the 75 grams of dates to go along with that. And then I've split the sodium over the 2 meals again. And then meal 5 is 150 grams of Cocoa Pops and 200 mils of almond milk. And then there's another gram of sodium in there. So that's almost 1,000 grams of carbs for the day. And honestly, it felt like a walk in the park, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. It has not been hard. These meals will go down a treat. Digestion's been spot on. If you're interested to see what my weight is tomorrow morning, Still got another 2 liters to go in, but that'll be a breeze to get in, especially eating these meals. So that takes my macros for the day to 194 protein, 937 carb, and 50 grams of fat, which is just over 5,000 calories. 10 liters of water and 9 grams of salt. So that's day 1 of the refeed. And then we're doing the exact same thing again tomorrow. So we'll do the exact same thing again tomorrow, but we'll train pull instead of push. And the day will be literally identical. So very excited to see how the look is tomorrow. Very keen to see weight, how the posing kind of feels and how the pumps kind of feel in the gym after a full day of food and then another half a day of food tomorrow. So super excited. Caitlyn's making her last meal behind me right now, and shameless little plug right now, we've been working with Mrs. Taste, which is an American company, and they're now based in Australia. So they do like 0 calorie sauces or super low calories. So this is an American burger sauce, which is 0 calories, and this is a barbecue sauce, which is 0 calories. So she pops those on her last meal, and it goes down a treat. Yeah. With some pickles. She loves her pickles. If you watch the tube, you know she loves her pickles. So she smashes those. The code is Kate10, so CAIT 10. I'll pop that up on the screen for Mrs. Taste. And honestly, they're incredible. I've tried a few during prep. They do a bunch of sweet and savory. So they do a 0 sugar, 0 sodium ranch. They do a creamy cheddar, which is 0 calories. So a choc hazelnut, which is 0 calories. And then a cookies and cream syrup as well, which is 0 calories. So all the options. But that's it. That's a full day of eating. Do rinse and repeat tomorrow, but you guys know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.